Good afternoon. Welcome back to the commodities update video. And today we'll be looking at natural gas, UNG, gold, silver, the US dollar, as well as oil. We'll be looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario where price will be heading into later this week. So let's get started. Also, I have a YouTube, my YouTube bio. There is a Discord link. Feel free to come chat, hang out, or talk about stocks, or anything you guys like. It's all free. And let's get started. So we are looking at natural gas at the daily time frame. And yesterday I talked about where if we get a rejection from this triple resistance, where there is the EMA 12, which is a teal looking line, and you guys can type exponential moving average on your indicator, type 12, get the same line as me, and the 200-day moving average, which is the yellow line, coinciding with the 3.25 resistance, all in the same spot. As you can see, zoom in real quick here. I don't know why it's not letting me, but you can see that when we hit this 3.25 level, we rejected from there. Even though we got back above the 20-day moving average slightly, when we rejected from the 3.25 and couldn't get over it, it came back all the way down here and closed below it. So that's a triple rejection from all three of the resistance. And you can see that on the hourly charts. It's right here when we rejected that. And you guys know where I talk about hourly trends as the first thing we want to see as a shift in momentum. So this was a shift. We had an hourly uptrend here, hits resistance, came back down. This was where we're supposed to break above the resistance. From the pivot right there, we needed to break the higher high to continue that trend. But we rejected from there, made a higher low, meaning this low is lower than this low, and then we rolled over and we hit a lower low. And that's a hourly downtrend confirm. So when we had the hourly downtrend confirm, you can see the bears had more follow through now. So this is also a head and shoulders pattern. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And then we confirm we broke the neckline, confirm the hourly downtrend. Head and shoulder pattern psychology of it is just pretty much a uptrend into a downtrend. So that was an hourly uptrend into an hourly downtrend. And next level I'll be looking at is this 3.07. If we don't hold this level, we're going to come down to test this current low from last week. And because we closed at a low of a day, there could have been more follow through from the bears in out of time. Just like when we closed at the high of this day, there could have been more upside, but the market just ran out of time. So currently, no signs of bounce yet at the moment. And I'll have to see if tomorrow, when we do come down to this 3.17, can the bulls play defense and bounce off of that or not? If not, we're going to be looking back down at the big picture support, which is this support. And this is the resistance. So this is the big picture where natural gas is currently trading. You can see we bounce, resistance, came back exactly, bounce, hit the resistance, bounce, came back down, bounce. So if we do come back down again, we'll have to see if it bounces off of there again. So that's only if we do break Friday's low. Daily bulls want to see is we want to hold this Friday's pivot low, and then potentially try to change like a trend, daily trend. But as of now, price not bounce yet because we pretty much closed at the low, but stay. We'll see if that holds. And if bulls can't hold 3.07, we're coming around to 3.02. And then $3 is going to be the psychological support. And then the last level of support is that Friday's low. Let's see if bulls can hold these levels. And bears are currently comfortable because it's in a daily downtrend. And we're currently rejecting from this 12 EMA as well as 20-day moving average. We'll see if they can take it lower or not. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG pretty much is the tradable ticker for net gas, and it's pretty much exactly the same action, just a little bit slightly percentage different wise. Same thing. We want to see Friday's low hold as support for us to potentially change that daily trend. We do break above Monday's high. That'll be a daily uptrend. But as of now, no signs of bounce yet because we also closed at low of this day. We're pretty near that last support as well. Ideally, we hold above 6.38, which is this level of support. And if we can bounce off of that, then we may potentially have more upside. But bears are currently in control because this was also an hourly uptrend into an hourly downtrend. So same idea as nat gas. So see if tomorrow the bulls can show up or not. All right, let's look at oil. So oil is also in a daily downtrend currently. So drop, pivot being set, daily downtrend, lower low. Follow through, a lot of follow through from the bears. Bounce again, rejected from the 12 EMA again. You see this teal looking line is acting as resistance. Rejected from here about 8 times. Rejected from here again. But the difference is that this time it's a big enough bounce from the bulls where they may potentially shape the trend change now if it's a shallow pullback, because we have a lot of room now, right, to work with on this bounce. But of course, if we get it all back, if we get more than 50% of it back, then it started favoring the bears again. Ideally for the bulls, we don't want to get more than 50% back off this bounce and then try to change the trend back to their favor. And we need to break above this tail looking line, 12 EMA for sure. Otherwise, it's going to keep rejecting from it over and over. Yeah, but the hourly trend is double bottom, so still intact, but it's looking a little bit like a head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, and just starting to shape up a little bit like that right shoulder. But we need to break this neckline first, which is today's low. If we break below today's low, then we have an hourly uptrend into an hourly downtrend. We're probably going to get more follow through down to 71.51. Look at gold. So gold, big bounce today due to the US dollar dropping because the US dollar is CPI data came in slightly below expectation, and the dollar tanked because better CPI means less inflation. Less inflation means less rate hikes, or less shorter than the shorter than the rates they need to be holding. So more rate cuts essentially, and less of those longer than hold. What Jerome is saying for a while, that they want to hold it for longer, higher for longer. So that just means better CPI, less of those, and that means that the dollar rolled over as well as the 10-year yield also rolled over, meaning all metals, so gold and silver, would go up. Essentially, that's what we got over here. There's two big green candles, and now we're just bull flagging on the hourly charts. Only if it holds above 1962, it's still in a bull flag, and we may test 1970. And if it does break above 1970, then that's a bull flag confirmed. If it confirms, maybe head a little bit higher into 1984 into this structure here. Yeah, that's good. All right, take a look at US dollar. So this megaphone resistance support is where we've been looking at for months. We drew this one together, and now we broke out of it there on the bear side. So this was more of a technical plus news event from CPI. Broke out of this technical bear side plus news. Then we got a huge follow through from the bears. Zero signs of bounce yet. You can see we haven't even bounced yet. It's just so probably more downside. We just ran out of time and market closed. We can't even call this a bear flag because it's not even flagging yet. So when it starts to bounce, we'll have to see where size of the retracement. If it's a shallow bounce, even we can just measure it here. It's a shallow bounce, even all the way up to this 0.382 yellow box, that's still a bear flag. So then you can just head lower. That'll just be a confirmed bear flag if that happens. But at this moment, we have no clues yet because it hasn't even started its bounce. So we'll see where it decides to bounce. Shallow bounce means a bear flag. Big bounce, if it bounces over 50% of this drop, then it's going to start to favor the bulls for trend change because they have a lot of space now to work with. We'll see. As of now, it may head to 103.5 if we get another better than expected PPI data tomorrow morning, because we'll get another inflation data tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. EST. So ideally, let's say we get a better read, this will probably just go straight down to 103.6 and then bounce. and which also coincides with silver. Technically, let's say dollar drops right to that 103 level. Silver has another big candle right there. Hits its prior resistance. This is a resistance, 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 resistance. And then when dollar bounces from this 103.5 zone, silver may also reject from that resistance as well at the same time. I have to keep watching both of them to see if it does that. And yeah, as of now, zero signs of bounce on the dollar. And make sure to watch that PPI data coming in. And big picture silver, we know where it's going to be trading. Resistance and support. So it's a big triangle. This is like the zone that we'll be chopping in. Maybe we just get a super less than expected PPI, then this would break out of this downtrending resistance from this line. We'll keep watch of that data tomorrow. It's gonna be super key. And also the stock market update video. I'll be doing that right after this one. I'll be looking at QQ, S&P 500, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta. And say we get another CPI data tomorrow, maybe we'll gap up again. And if we gap up again, we're probably going to sell off. I know that's what everyone's been saying. We're probably going to be selling off. Next thing we know, we just have another leg up. But yeah, make sure to check that video out. I'll be doing right after this one. A lot to talk about. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you guys made it this far. And feel free to come hang out in the Discord room. And have a great rest of you guys' day.